Why, hello everyone at SIA. Today is June 15th, and we are doing a live stream at like midnight, so it's just recently June 15th. Just a quick heads up, I do have a raging thunderstorm going on right now, and it wouldn't surprise me if lightning came down and took out power or the internet, because it happens a lot, so you guys will just have to bear with me on that. I will probably be doing some more updates to the server. It might be a little bit shorter of an episode here. We're going to talk about some recent changes in the server to go over kind of the huge dispute that everyone has right now, and my reasoning, and hopefully the community also supports me on this. I'm not sure if they're trolling in terms of just being upset, or if they actually are going to get behind this. So we're going to find out. We're gonna stretch the limits, and I'm more than welcome to do this, because I think that if you guys brought the enthusiasm to the table, that we could actually make a really fun time happen. So, what is the dilemma? Well, the dilemma has been this. If we are free to play, what ends up happening is we lose out on funds to operate the server. We can't hire staff. We can't fund, Apex hosting or whatever other server we have. We just can't fund it. And not only that, but the time that it takes to work on the server, to staff the server, it's very challenging to make it free. And you can say, well, I'm going to come up with the costs with live streaming or making videos and some online content. And while that is true, and you can do that, you have to get past YouTube's requirements. And those are, 40 hours of watching content or something like that, 1,000 subscribers and beyond. And because we're a newer channel, that isn't necessarily what we can afford to do. So it has been quite difficult. And not only that, but the extra money that comes in, again, can help us pay for operations, like if I need to get more staff members so other people could work here too. So I think that's a huge important consideration is I can't make this a one-man operation. It's got to be multiple people coming in to help me out, because let's be honest, running a Minecraft server is a pain, and there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of problems, and it never ends. You think that you get it to a good spot, and there's always something else that happens. So I think that being able to have subscription money coming in would be a benefit. Now, here's where the dilemma is. The dilemma has been this. So we've gone from a subscription fee back to free, back to subscription fee. And the reason why we did that is when we were free, no one was jumping in. Now, why does that mean that if someone's gonna come play, why would they pay money when the server isn't a very propped up server? There's not a lot of attraction to it, and that is the huge challenge, right? You have to get over that hurdle. So my thought process is that if you make it a high fee for a subscription, that will automatically not only engage players into the draw and appeal and aspect of the server, but it'll also keep them around and keep them playing and keep them invested. So players and gamers alike will have a reason to be here, other than just they could take it or leave it. It's much more of a mandatory solution. So we had it at $30 a month, which I thought was pretty high. Also somewhat reasonable, but pretty high, all things considered. And I had a subscriber jumping in, but people weren't really taking on. And I got a lot of people trolling me and whatnot. members who want to play and want to be here, but they're just still not motivated enough to be here, and they're not willing to pay. And so I find that very, very interesting. And they want to waste my time, and they want to waste the server's time, and they want to troll and do all that kind of stuff. So I say I'm not dealing with that headache even at $30 a month. They egged me on. They joked around saying that, well, why don't you just make it 50? And I don't know if they're joking or if they're being serious. Maybe they want it to be more of a serious endeavor. But I'm like, all right, I'll take them on. Because I think that my work is definitely worth it. I was undercutting $30 a month. I think I can make a lot more money than that. And I am looking for those who want to spend their time wisely, not, pay a subscription and forget about it. I want people to be actively participating. I want people to be invested, to make streams of this server. Get people excited about it. If you have to pay what our new subscription is, then there's a huge barrier of entrance, and a lot of people can't even get in. And I'm okay with that, because I don't want them here if they're not that enthusiastic about being here. It's not a take it or leave it game. You gotta get to know people, right? So the new subscription fees are set at $70 a month, which is ridiculous, in my opinion. $79.99 a month. My apologies. $79.99 a month. $80 a month. So we're going to test this out. And I'm willing to bet that not a lot of people are going to show up and the server will have to close. But that's just what we've decided. We've decided to take on that ego, that lift, to try to get us there, to try to get us past this hurdle of being nothing's going on, nothing's happening, and we need to make something happen. So that's where we're at. Is that gonna work? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm only here to show up and try to do as best as I can, with the inevitability that we are soon about to close, because we just can't afford operations when we're not making money. I'll show you what my account is at right now. Please don't mind that. Probably shouldn't sign in while I'm live streaming, but whatever. More you learn, right? So here's what we're at right now. Okay, $47, and our package. Let's see if this loads. Come on. All right, our package is $26 a month. So we have, by the end of our next cycle, to come up with our services, which is July 10th. So let's mark that on the calendar. We've got less than 4 weeks to come up with payment for the server. I'm going to write that down. So that's the bar. The server has 3 weeks left to come up with server subscription revenue, or we close for good. Period. That's where we're at. And it's a huge shame, because I've spent a decade making this server. I have worked so hard. We are at now 3.7 million lines of code or something like that. It's more than this. This got brought back down. Actually, half transferred here. So yeah, it's been a load of my effort, my time. I haven't been able to do much. I've just been working on this failing endeavor over and over again, and I'm sick of it. I'm ready to drop it. I'm ready to cut the bait because this is just too big of a reel to cast in. There's not enough excitement around this server. So part of the $80 a month subscription that we're now doing is kind of the shock and awe effect of saying, hey guys, put your money in, let's go. And if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. I'm okay with that. So, and I'm doing my best to polish it out. So, and I've got a little bit more to go, but we've done a heck of a difference in all sorts of materials. You can now get your diamonds if you have to. There's all these things you can access. The mining system is now brought up. I gave it a huge buff. That way, these new ores that can actually get you some money, and we'll be incorporating more of those into the new systems. A lot of times what will happen is I bring something down and then I reintroduce it later on, just because it's got to have some working with it, whether it's a version update or whatever. Right now you can successfully buy spawn eggs, and you can also spawn in a creature. We'll have to adjust those prices, but what's nice about it, and that's another reason why I had to adjust the mining prices, is what's nice is I made factories with mobs. So now you can stick your turret in and you get a whole bunch of activity happening. I think that chicken is working. He's not melting right now. Not to the efficient that it was before. But anyways, yeah, so you'll be able to buy your own mob spawners and bring them in and make money off of that. So if you want to go AFK, you can, but I made it as such where, even if you're getting paid with all of this, which is, a good amount, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm also gonna increase it because right now it's only dropping these tin coins. But let's see how much money I'm making. I'm selling the creeper eggs because I don't really need them. I could make more spawners, but I'd rather have the money. 14 grand. Not too bad. Now I can buy another spawner and use another egg to put down another one. So I can generate revenue, but I have to be AFK here, which is another way of working the money deal. And we've never had that before in this server. We had it very, very long ago, and I had to close that portion because I was trying to do another format of it, but I switched to this format, and I think it's a lot cleaner, and it'll work. And yes, we'll have to work on the balancing. There's always going to be balancing changes, just like every game that you look at. So, but yeah, so players will definitely be able to enjoy all of that from here on out. So, I'm going to be updating this today. We're going to get these mobs to drop some better loot, which I think is pretty good to entice players to destroy the mobs for loot. So we'll see how it is, and I'm excited to see what people's reactions are and if they actually show up to the server, which I think $80 is still more than fair because how much time that I've put in. you know. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I'm also going to have some new coins that are dropped by the mobs, so that's why I'm collecting them all now. Okay. So these are some of the coins that I've already put in the game. I honestly don't like the look of semis, but that's okay. And we'll also have to change like the prices to some of these spawn eggs and the things that you can spawn in. Right now, if you look at the shop, you know, you can buy the spawn egg, but if you go over to where they're glowing, you can actually summon the item or the mob. So, you know, if I wanted to buy a turtle, boom, I just bought a turtle. So now I don't have to go looking for a turtle. I just bought one for $100, which I think is pretty good. We're gonna stick him down here. He's gonna be our turtle boy. Very interesting. But yeah, so that's the new strategy that we're doing. All right. So the main coins are these. Okay. And we're going to be doing work, but you know, I was looking over chat and man, they're just like angry. You know, first they were trolling me because I decided to bring subscriptions back, which they did not like in the first place. They left because they couldn't afford subscriptions. Right? And now, did I just get bumped? He climbed back up the stairs. And maybe that's what happened with these guys who were playing the server. I mean, they climbed back up the stairs. So yeah, but they were trolling, and I'm going like, all right, well, I can't read these guys anymore. They're just non-readable. They don't really know what they want. So I kind of have to shepherd them along here. Test MBT. Coin brass. What are the other ones? Coin silver 3. You know, and I don't exactly know why I'm working on this, because if there's only 3 weeks left and I'm working on it, it's like, do you study when there's 3 weeks left of school? No, you don't study. You give up. That's what I did anyways. Unless you had like final exams or something. And mighty gold. And what we learned last time we worked on this is that you can't go below 1% apparently, which is a bummer. Let's look at the prices for these, because I don't know what I set them at. 500, 10, 1, 5. Okay. So let's Well, I want them to drop something. So we'll do... Let's see, this one's $1, so I shouldn't go over like 20. That one's 10 and that one's 5. 50. So we'll do 3 of those, 2 of those. Actually, 3 of those, 4 of these ones. Alright, so it should be total of 20. So let's see. Do 3% chance, so 0.7. It's gotta equal 20. So we got 16 left. We'll do 6. And then 10. So we got 1% chance of this. Or 10%, I should say. 0.4% chance for that one. And then 3. Okay. That should be good. Coin brass. Should be no more than 10. So we'll do 3, 6, 1%, 4%. Actually, no, that's got to be less. 0.5. 0. No, this one's going to be 2% chance. Isn't it lovely just watching me do work? The whole trail and then the drama has fallen off. You know, if you guys are actually playing, then I won't have to live stream videos of me doing work. I could actually live stream you guys fighting and combating. It'd be a lot more interesting. Especially with the prize money that could be involved. But you guys refuse to participate. I don't blame you. It's definitely a hard bargain to join in, but, you know, can't sit on the sidelines forever, you know. Let's go 0.5. We'll keep that 5. And this one will be 0.2. So let's see. 10 to 500 is 50 times. So this one we have to have like 50. But we don't have to have 50. We'll do 10, 5. Make that 3 and make this one 6. Do I like that? Oh, I forgot the gold. Is it coin gold or just gold? It's just gold. Gold, you can get 1, and there's, I should say it's like a 5% chance of dropping. Give people some money. Say 25% chance to drop 1. This should be a little bit more, give some people hope. That's 4, that's 6, that's 7. We'll say that's 0.8 because we have enough coins now to go around. So there is a very small chance you won't get anything, but that's not going to happen. There's enough to go around. Okay. So let's try this out with the new drops. Skeleton zombies, spiders, creepers, we'll keep all those the same. To be honest, they should all just be the same because you'll have a pretty equal chance of using every mob for the spawners. So I don't want to overdo it on the money that you have. And I think I have to do this manually instead of just dropping it in hot. Oops, that's not... Unless that was supposed to be listed, I don't think that's supposed to be listed as large. So we have, as you can see, the health and damage, and I've thought about turning those up a little bit because with the guns update, it's pretty easy to kill every mob. I was giving away 110 for killing a warden. No way. See, this is going to make it so that most of the mobs are just balanced net even, or all of the mobs are balanced net even, and I think that's going to be better because otherwise you just pick whichever mob got you the most money, which, granted, this form was only set for 10, so... But then I can come back and change these if I need to, which I don't see a reason to. I mean, I'm already giving out a lot of monetary value in the game, so hopefully, you know, the complaints that we had was what I was doing was too hard, and that makes perfect sense. But you know, I like things difficult because a lot of people don't challenge themselves with the grind. They give up. And I've noticed that in most games that grind has dissipated to like 0. Like they back in the day you'd have to like go all over the map to find something. You'd spend like hours on just one task. And now it's like, boom, got it, boom, got it, boom, got it. Now they just put more tasks on your plate, and then everything's worthless because you can just get it easily. So finding that balance is difficult because players will argue about things being difficult. And no one wants a complainer like that, so good out. Alright, so we got new mobs. Let's see. Alright. And that was only for these coins. We could add the fun coins. You know, I talked about balancing, and I forgot that we could just add some of the fun coins. That might also be an update for the next iteration. interesting to see. It also seems that that storm has passed that was going over my house because I don't hear any more lightning. We'll look at this later because I know I also want to do some changes to the coins. Some of them I don't like. Some of them I love. Like this one's amazing. This one's pretty good. I love this one. I love that one. I mean, this one's decent, but I don't like the little shiny parts on the top and bottom there. This one's okay. The rest of them are just like average, but that's my opinion. Oh, and this one's pretty good, and so is this one. And I guess this one too. Maybe this flawless as well, but that one you can't really tell it's an ingot. But meh, we'll work on that later. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what. Let's just clear this for now. Let's go test out the new drops because they should be dropping more money now. So without the adjustments, look at all those semis, and what's annoying is those are like 5 cents, so it's like you're not really getting much from those. Did it update? Should update soon. What was that? Oh, they're stuck in here for some reason because there's so many semis. That's funny. That's another issue that we'll have to work on. Because then what will happen is they won't grab. So maybe someone will have to design it so that there's multiple. Yeah, that's definitely not good. We'll take what we got. No gold from that one? Really? No gold? Alright, let's see what we got. Whoops. A lot of semis though. Still same amount of semis. So now you really have to like operate it. Which, I don't know, maybe that's a drawback. Maybe it's a plus because that means that you can't just collect a lot because you have to like make sure that everything is getting collected. See, that's a good chunk of change. Maybe we turn the semis down? I don't know. Semis are at 10, 6, 3, and 1. It's not that bad. I mean, a high chance of getting them, but... So like, for 2 seconds you got all that. See, this is what's addictive. Look at that, $1,000. Heck yeah. $1,000? Me handing out $1,000 is like all the weapon and damage that you need. Because I can come here and I can just like, boom, there's an RPG and a bunch of ammo. A lot of ammunition. I mean, it's going to be complete, utter chaos and warfare. I mean, like, if you think about what's going to happen. Oh yeah, chickens give out some money too. Or they don't. Oh look, I got a creeper egg. Man, that's gonna be fun throwing creepers on people. I also saw this, which we're gonna have to question this pricing here, because I don't know what that's gonna do to the server. Like, if you're gonna have an Ender Dragon egg, and it could cause a bunch of chaos in the server. Because, I mean, if I were going to break this server, what I'd do is I'd just collect a whole bunch of money, make a whole bunch of spawners, and just pop them all in. Pop all these Ender Dragons and these mob spawners. And you just have a base that is literally patrolled by Ender Dragons in the overworld, which is... who knows what that's going to be like. See, that's not good. I need that money. Well, now my mob farms are ruined because I changed the looting. What is that? So... you guys might have to like filter out the semis just because they're not worth it at all. Like 30 semis, $1.50. Yeah, okay. But all together, and there's a lot of money to be made. And now I'm making I'm making a ton of money. So if there's going to be PvP fights, there's a lot of money being spent on it now. In fact, I wouldn't even go mining anymore. I would just sit here and I'd grind the factories. So we'll see what we have to do about that. I don't know. The community likes it or they don't. Personally, I like it because going AFK is something that I always see players doing and enjoying. So we'll try it out. I'm not worried about it though. That'll be for you guys to determine. Maybe you come up with like a thing to get rid of the semis. I know you can make sorters and whatnot. Try that stuff out. Let's see some of the other recent changes. We did vein mining updates, so now chopping trees down and mining in the pits are pretty good. Although actually, now that I think about it, I think mining is still going to be preferred because you can make a lot of money doing that. Yeah, like look, each ingot is $500. So if that's pretty good right there. That's a huge buff from what it was earlier. Buying is going to be a pain now, though. Look at this, iron nuggets, or an iron ingot is 4,500, which is a lot, very expensive. Diamond is also very expensive. Diamond might need to come up in costs. We will see. But it's going to make it a little bit more dynamic, you know. We'll see what the new system is like. But that is all I'm going to do for you guys today. That's the end of the live stream. Just short and sweet because I'm not going to soak too much effort into this because I'm waiting for people to jump in and start contributing. You know, put in the $80 that the new subscription's at, and join in, and we're gonna have a good time. But it's $80 a month now, so put your money where your mouth is. Show up. I don't care if you're trolling, because I just simply don't want to waste any more time working on something that's not worth it for me and not worth it for players who play. You know, $80 a month, the new subscription. That means that when you come play SIA, that's what you're doing. You're not playing any other game. You're playing SIA, right? You're not playing Grand Theft Auto 6. You're playing SIA. So that's where it's at. Are we gonna fail? We'll find out. I'm fully expecting to. I'm fully expecting to have wasted 10 years of my life making this server, which is a lot, you know. But I think that you guys will come. Oh, here's the turret. I got money now to pay for this. Oh, I ran out of money. Alright, level 7. I should have probably bought the turrets down below, but whatever. We have automated turrets, if you didn't know, which you should know because we were shooting creepers with part of them. So that's another way that you can mob farm. You don't have to sit there grinding. You literally can do this, sit in a 1x1 cell of your own making, and you can grind whatever mob you want, and then mix and match mobs, you know. Like, I separated them, but you don't have to do that. Just keep them all in the same one. Like, I would put the chicken over here, that would get more. The only reason why I did this is because I wanted them to turn into cooked chicken, which they don't do nearly as frequent as I wish, but it's some food, so we'll have to look at food prices too. But yeah, so great update. You guys need to come check it out, because I still don't think many people have really seen the full capacity of this server. Very excited to see this. I know you guys will be very happy to play here, and once you pay that subscription fee, that means that this is your home, and it means that you're going to be well taken care of. That server will be paid. You won't hear any more complaints about the server not being funded, or you know, any complaints that you have will immediately get addressed, and all that stuff is good to go. You know, I've worked with a lot of server developers over the years, or plugin developers over the years, and I've patched a lot of stuff with them. So this is definitely going to be worth it for me, because I'd like to get paid once and for all the years and years that I've been working on this, while you guys are out drinking at the bar or whatever. I don't know if you're older than 21, but I am, and that's how long I've been working on this. Is I've done it over a decade. So I'm strung out. I'm ready to get paid. I'm ready to retire and hand this over to some staff members who can take it that extra mile and polish it off. Do all the little detailed stuff that, you know, that I could do but just don't have to anymore. I'm ready to turn over a new leaf and get into like some streaming or anything else, you know. I'd also like to start a family. So I'm gonna work on that, and you guys can work on the work involved in getting people here. You can make the content videos to try getting more people excited about SIA. I know I've made some. I know other people are a lot better at me than doing it. So I'm gonna turn that over to them to do those kind of videos. And I think everyone will be pretty excited about that stuff, because there's a lot to go around. You know, as you see, the terrain's all messed up here. That's just because I was throwing explosives around. I'll show you now in case you wanna test that out. Yeah, I have enough money. So there you go. Let's kill this pig here. Oh, I stuck him. And apparently he's not dead. I gotta turn the damage up on that. It did far more damage to the ground than it did to the pig, you know. And those are the details that I have to go over is there's just so much customization with, that 3.7 million lines of code. I can only do so much. I got us, as far as I can, and I just need those extra details to be patched out, which can only be found by playing the server and figuring out where the bugs are and what needs changing and listening to the community and all that kind of stuff. So very excited to get started here, guys. I know I'm being repetitive, but please subscribe. It's $80 a month, really hefty fee. It's going to be very exciting for you guys, and you can do all sorts of things in the community with that. So I know I can actually, take more of a delegating leadership role rather than doing the grunt work and all that. So love to move past where I'm at now and move past the tons of back end work that I've just been doing for years and years. And some of our history is we've gotten raided by other servers and people try to stop us from making money, all that sort of stuff. And so yeah, this is the make it or break it moment. We got 3 weeks left, July 10th. If we're not making money by then we close down for good, and all this is for nothing, and I will have to move on. So that's where we're at, and so hopefully the community pulls through. Hopefully people get excited about hearing about a server that's $80 a month. I don't care if it's exorbitantly high. To me, that sounds ridiculously high, but technically this is a premium server. We do have premium plugins, and servers cost a lot of money. I mean, it costs hundreds of dollars to run a server if it's a big server. So yeah, I'm sorry, go talk to Microsoft, because Microsoft and Mojang decided to make this game Java, and so it's a beefy game. But I don't know a lot of other games that you can do, like an MMORPG, go around, collect items, kill mobs, build bases. There's a lot to do here. So I'm pretty sure the politics and the drama of the game will really start to kick in when you'll have your bases all defended up. You'll be able to even buy things like bedrock in order to protect your bases. You'll buy turrets, whatever. Maybe you want some vehicles to go attack your opponents. All sorts of things. I mean, it's literally endless. And I changed the costs on these too, so it's a lot more affordable now to get anything you want. So a lot of the action is going to be happening pretty fast. When you join the server, you're going to want to get in a faction. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people in right now. That's going to change soon. Or it won't. I mean, one or the other. Hopefully it changes for the positive here, and we can continue working on this epic journey. And we can get those PvP battles started, and then if I raise a lot of money, then maybe we'll even do tournaments and other things like that where we can challenge the community to, take leadership and become a legitimate faction with like politics and everything. I'd love coming in and having small council chamber meetings and being like, okay, well, what do we need to do next to grind this? And then while you guys are discussing that, I'll be fidgeting with the back end of it and changing things on you guys to make it dynamic and make you guys excel for things differently, and have to think about what your next move is going to be. So you're going to have unlimited groups. I don't care if you've got a faction of 300 people, go for it. 300 people strong. That's what I want to see. I want to see a big server, in one faction, 300 people, if not even more than that. Limitless. I can easily bring up more servers to fund the just how much it's going to be. I can merge them all together, so if you want to go from one server to the other, you can do that if you have a more favorable ore spawns or whatever. I mean, limitless potential here, guys. I just need the funding, and the funding will come when players get excited, and they're gonna get excited because who would want to pay for a server that's $80 a month unless it's a really, really good server and it's actually worth the $80 a month? Game changer, super expensive. I don't care if it fails because I'm in a fuck it kind of attitude. Not even sorry for swearing. I've had it up to here dealing with kids. I've had to be like a mentor to a lot of these kids and tell them how to grow up, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of doing all the grunt work over and over again, and I just need to reap the rewards from this. So we're going to move past all this. We're going to have players come join, get ready to pay an exorbitant amount, but with that high amount, I'm sure players will be on here grinding because there'll be a real life economy with the server. You can come in here and you can set your prices in the market. So just because we have a shop, these are the min and the max prices. So people will be able to run their own stores, and what will likely happen is the prices will change over time depending on supply and demand. If I see a lot of players purchasing something, I'm going to jack up the prices. I want to make it harder and harder for people to participate in an economy where they think it's going to be easy for them. That would be the role anyways, because I want to have an actual living dynamic market that's player driven. So we'll start at this, and as more people continue to join, I'm sure I'll have to adjust it and do balances. And so first come first serve, you're going to have the best advantage for the price. And because we're $80 a month, that means that anyone who does join will have some money to spend. That means that people who show up, they will have basically liquid cash to move around. So if they want to start up a real life market, go for it. We're not going to be a pay to win, but that doesn't mean that that you guys won't make it that. So more than welcome to see that happen. I don't even care for breaking terms of service on Minecraft, because we're already breaking terms of service on Minecraft. We have guns and turrets and other vehicles, so technically we're already past that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think you guys will be very excited to play this, with the live action that we have. If anyone did not see the bullets working, I can show you that now. I didn't bring extra ammo with me, but I'll buy some. I'm also in creative mode too, so that's why I'm not taking damage. But the bullets do destroy blocks. This gun obviously isn't very powerful. There are guns that are more powerful. But if you're in a PvP engagement, this is a big part of the game where you'll be able to completely destroy the whole world map. Except for wherever there's a faction, you'll have to get past that kind of stuff, the base defenses. So I imagine players will have bedrock walls and all sorts of things, turrets and real armed guards and all that kind of stuff. So you guys will definitely enjoy this. And with the service subscription as it is, more money for me that I can spend on others helping build this server and rough out the details of it and the balancing and all that kind of stuff. That would be a great help to me, guys. So be sure to subscribe, because there could be more content. I'm not going to guarantee there's going to be more content, because we're on pins and needles right now. This is a make it or break it moment, and I'm ready to give this up. So I'm excited to finally be done, unless you guys say otherwise. So and lo and behold, you guys will make me be here even though I don't want to be, because that would be just my luck. I'm ready to move on, ready to just cave, go find something else to do, go work a grocery store job, go do something stupid to move on with my life. But of course you guys will wrap me back into this. So I'm excited to see what you guys do. And that'll be all for the stream. One more time, please subscribe. Come check us out, SIA Minecraft, and we'll see you guys later.